Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of the Buffalo Sabres GM series. We are in year number 2, round number 1, and we are going against the Boston Bruins for the second time in 2 years. We played them in the first round last year and we lost in 6 games. But this team is a year older. Obviously Boston's obviously a year older too, but this team has been together for another year. They improved off of last year, and Jack Eichel saying before the game, this team has clearly grown since last year. We know what to expect from this Bruins team, and we are going to be ready for anything they throw at us. So clearly, obviously, this team knows that Boston's going to throw everything at them. They know how to beat Buffalo. They know how to beat us. They easily beat us last year, but we're going to try and reverse that. We had the better record by 2 games, but we struggled to close out the season 4-6. They went 8-2, so they made a big run close to the end of the season. Besides that, that's not the fact, though. This is the playoffs. It's a whole other year. So let's see if we can improve off of last year, like I said. I'll show you the lines going into our first game. So our first line, obviously, Skinner, Eichel, Reinhart. Hopefully they can do something in the playoffs, not like the season where they struggled. I'm hoping maybe even I did one of my personal GMs on the side. And my first line of Tarasenko, Shen, and I think it was Perron. They had 50 points or 30 points in 5 games. So let's see if this line can do it. It's 30 points in 5 games. Let's see if they can do it. Just kidding. If they don't do that, it's not the end of the world. But let's see if they can produce unlike they did in the season. Then it's Lee, Kerfoot, and Palmerville. These guys performed great together for a second line. Nylander, Middlestat, Simmons, and then Lear, Thompson, and Larson. Dahlin, Ristolainen, Gardner, Montour, and Ruta, and Stetcher. Upshaw, Ellie, and Scandella are scratched and injured. Goaltenders, it's Hutton and Allmark. So we'll take one quick look at the Boston lineup before we start Game 1. They're kind of the same as last year. So obviously, like I said, these lines are probably going to be mixed up. I don't see Marchand being on that second line, and then we'll take a look at one of their scratch players. So it's Bjork, Bergeron, and Coyle, apparently. I don't think that's going to be a line. Marchand, Krejci, and DeBrusk, that's not going to be a line. Nordstrom, Heinen, and that's definitely not going to be a line with McQuaid right there. And then Corrali, Frederick, and Forsback and Carlson, that could be a line. So the fourth line is a legible line. This is not a line. Having your defenseman right there, we'll show you why in a second. So Krug and McAvoy, Chara and Vakanainen, Moore and Miller, and let's just take a look at the scratch. Carlo, I could see him being in, and I don't know why you don't have David Pastrnak in. 90 overall on the right side, and you do not have, and you put Adam McQuaid. I think that's a farce mistake. This Fog Award is a bit mixed up, but expect Pastrnak in and not McQuaid in, and then Matt Grzelcyk as well, and Tuukka obviously in net with Halak backing him up. So that's all I got to say before we start game number 1, guys. So it's game number 1 at home before in the first round. See what this means. We are going to go to our settings, and we are going to turn off our commentary. I will do some commentary again. I'm feeling much better than what I did before. Obviously, I found last game was a good refresher. So in case any of you don't know, I have over 3 years of experience in commentary. I just find this a bit more difficult just because I don't have a color commentator, and it's like not having someone telling you what's next on the prompter because they throw random graphics up about next game or something, and you have no clue what you're about to say. So bear with me, but we'll just do the highlights as always with the goals and all that. So enjoy, guys. Game number 1, year number 2. Take it away. Here come the Sabres, though, on the odd man rush. Lear all alone. Taylor Lear in. Scores! Taylor Lear with the beautiful move, tying this one up at 1. Taylor Lear's first goal in the playoffs is a beauty. As it's off a weird bounce, but Lear with the move in, and he tucks that one in behind Rask, who was way out of it, as Lear put on the moves, and we have a tie game now at 1. One last attempt. Gunner scores! Wade Simmons with the tip in front. It's 2-1 Buffalo with 31 seconds left. And right there, he'll show you the Sabres making the Bruins pay for it as it's Garner from the point with Simmons getting pushed away off the play, but he still finds a way to put his stick out in front, and he tips that one in, giving him his first early lead in that second period. Bergeron in, knocked off the puck. Pass back out in front, Marchand, Bergeron scores, and we have a tie game at 2 already this game. And here come the Sabres. It's Skinner. Eichel with the shot. Scores! Jack Eichel goes bar down. And they respond quickly. It's 3-2 Buffalo. Jack Eichel just a minute later after the Bruins scored. He ties this one up going bar down on Rask as Skinner found him. And he perfectly placed that shot. And we have a 3-2 lead from the Sabres. Bjork now. Knocked off the puck. Carlo. DeBrusk scores! Jake DeBrusk with a little move out in front. And the Bruins gain the 4-3 lead here. Wins that one back to Ristolainen. Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin. Nice move by Dahlin. That one scores! Rasmus Dahlin with the fancy moves ties this one up at 4. Rasmus Dahlin's first, nice with the beautiful moves out in front as he toe drags in close in the Boston zone, and the puck just goes off Rask and in. It's Vakinen. Thompson takes that one away. Here comes Thompson through center. Tage Thompson in. Oh, what a goal by Tage Thompson! Pulls out the Peter Forsberg and gives Buffalo the 5-4 lead. And this arena is freaking out after Thompson pulls out the Peter Forsberg. And if Rask is certain he remembers that one, you got to go back a couple of years to when they played Ottawa, and Mike Hoffman pulls that one out. But it's Thompson taking that puck away, which makes the easy move in for him to take this one and give them the lead. That is all for game number 1. As the Buffalo Sabres take this one 6-4, and they take the early 1-0 series lead. Game number 2, back here on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. We hope you enjoyed this game, and we will see you in game number 2. Welcome back, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. As expected, though, just before we continue, Brandon Montour was diagnosed with concussion. He will be out till about May 8th. So we called up Brandon Hickey to replace him. So we are without Brandon Montour for at least round number 1. And if we were to make it to round number 2, I think possibly round number 2 as well. He took that huge hit. No call, though. Very disappointed that there should have been a call. Elbow to the head. But what can you do, obviously? We ended up winning, which was the main part. Back and forth. Great move by Thompson, though. I know I try that sometimes, and then perfectly it executed. So we took the 1-0 series lead. We got the first game, which was great. Let's continue this. Let's go straight into game number 2. We're not changing much, except I'm not playing. That's the only difference. So here we go. First period. 1-0 Buffalo. Perfect. It's Eichel. He's got 3 already. Perfect. Jack Eichel leading the way for this team. Up 9-8 to shots. As you saw probably on the final graphic, though, for the score for last game, I didn't put Hutton saves. He only had 9. I didn't want to put 9 saves out of it as he let up 4 goals. So I thought, well, we just put the 2 top point getters for us, Dahlin and Eichel. So he's already got 8 saves, so he's almost on way to beating last game. So let's see, second period. 2-2, so Pasternak and Seneshev getting goals, but Jeff Skinner coming back a minute later after Seneshev's goal to tie it up at 2. Let's see if we can close this one out. Another close game, obviously. It's Seneshev early. He's got 2 already this game. Let's see if we can crawl back, guys. I know this team can, and it's Bergeron again. I spoke too soon. But we get one right there. Troy Stetcher up on that second defensive pair. But Pasternak, and that first line for Boston's going great. But Ristolainen gets one back in same area. With under 6 minutes to go, though, we are going down to the wire on this one. But it will be all she wrote as Buffalo we lose this one 5-4. But that third period had 5 goals to count for. But we were unlucky to get the one that mattered. And Scott Wilson, okay, that's Rochester. He is out. So we dropped one game, but Sam Reinhart leading the way with 4 assists. They get home ice advantage. They took one game on the road. So let's see what we could do here in game number 3. First period, we get one again. Perfect. Jack Eichel again. Look at him go. Jack Eichel gets the first goal for the second game in a row for the Buffalo Sabres. Let's see if we can actually play. Let's see if we can play defense. Let's see if we can shut them down this second period, not give up too many opportunities. Second period, perfect. It's Andres Lee from the corner. We've got 26 saves for Hutton so far. I probably just jinxed it right there on the power play, but this team is playing great defensively by the looks of it so far. We up 2-0. Let's see if we can close this one out. Take a 2-1 series lead, but DeBrusk scores right there. 35 saves, 35 shots before he let up the first one. Good on Hutton on that one. Good on the defense. And hopefully that'll be all she wrote for Boston. And it looks like it will be 15 seconds left. And that'll be all she wrote. Carter Hutton makes 37 saves to preserve the win for us on a great night for Buffalo right there. All around good game. Take a 2-1 series lead. This is the seat we want to be in. We want to win another. Let's see if we win this game, because we win this one, we have the advantage here, up 3-1. And like I said, this team is trying to feed off of last year's success, making the playoffs, playing this Boston team that's got experience. Let's see if they can beat the team that knocked them out. So first period, no scoring. Okay, 10-10 shots. Like I'm saying though, what essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to exile the demon that knocked us out. We could have had a good little run last year, but nevertheless, Boston, obviously, they're built to win. They've got a good team. That's why they're in the playoffs this year in real life. Let's see if we can get anything going in the second period. Second period. It's Boston for his back of Carlson, so the fourth line scoring for Boston. Let's see if we can get our first line going, though. It's Palmville on the second line. Perfect. So it's 1-1. We're out shooting them, but we're giving up penalties right here. We get one back on the power play. We can't score anything there. But we're tied 1-1. Let's see if we can avoid overtime. Overtime for me is just risky and a half, because obviously you don't know who's going to score first. And with my luck, we are going overtime. With my luck, we lose. I'm calling it here, guys. I know I want Buffalo to win, but with my luck, we're probably going to lose. We're still out shooting them. Rask's playing great. He's got over 40 saves. And okay. I was wrong, guys. Andres Lee scores from the circle, giving us the 3-1 series. That's what we want, though. We want to win overtime games, because those are the close ones. So, we go into game number 5, up 3-1. Marco Scandella coming back. Perfect. So we're going to take Rutta out. We're going to put Scandella in. We're going to leave Hickey on just because of the right side, left side. And we're going to leave everything the same. We're not going to check stats. I want to check stats badly, but we're not going to check anything because that might jinx us. So game number 5, we can wrap it up at home. This will be the first Buffalo Sabres playoff victory, series victory in over a decade. So let's see if we can finally beat that and have ourselves go to the second round with this team. First period. Not the start we want. It's Pasternak and Marshall on that first line for Boston. They've got a great first line. They get the first 2 goals. Let's see if we can come back in the second period and make this a game. We did. Okay, I took a second, but so Simmons, Lee, Palmville. Good start, and then with 1 second left, Pasternak beating Hutton. So we have a 3-3 game. Buffalo, Eichel, if you're the captain, give the speech. We have to close this one out, guys. This is the first. We could move on to the second round, and never mind. I'm going to stop just making it. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely stopping. Oh my God. Didn't give a second to breathe, and they scored 3 in 2 minutes. 4! And Allmark is in now, as the route is on at 7-3. And I'm probably just going to stop talking with this one, as we had a chance to close it out, but we, how do I put it, PG. We shot ourselves in the foot. I'm going to go with that's PG, I'm guessing, guys. We shot ourselves in the foot on that one. We had a chance, but we couldn't close it out. So we're going to a game 6, not the one we wanted to go to, but let's see if we can close it out in 6 games like they did last year. All right, first period in Boston. No scoring. That's okay. No scoring. We're playing good defense. And let's see if we can move in to the second period. Let's finish the second period with at least a 2-0 lead. Second period. God damn. They score one. It's Jake DeBrusk. 1-0 Boston with 20 minutes left in the game. Let's see. Come on, Buffalo. You've got something in you. Don't dry out now. Where's this team from game 1 that didn't stop? Under 5 to go. Come on, Buffalo. Come on. There we go. It's Casey Middlestat from the circle. And we're going to overtime. I want to play it, guys, so badly, but I'm not going to play it. I was going to play it, but I'm not going to play this one. I know it's not realistic. I'm probably going to regret it, like I said. Here we go, overtime. And it's not Buffalo, it's Jack Eichel scoring in overtime. And the Buffalo Sabres move on to the second round. They take out the Boston Bruins in 6, just like they took out Buffalo last year. And Buffalo is moving on to the second round for the first time in over a decade. Captain Jack Eichel led the way in the playoffs with 5 goals in 6 games. And we're getting a lot of Rochester injuries. But Buffalo is moving on for the first time in a while. And Pittsburgh, by the looks of it, took out Toronto. And they did. They took out Toronto. So we are going to be the top team going forward in this Eastern Conference, I think. We'll just take a quick look. So we had 104 points. If we go to the Metropolitan. No, okay, Carolina would still have a chance. Okay, Carolina would still be the top team. But we take out Pittsburgh, who was a wild card team. But right there, guys, we take out Boston finally. We beat the expectations. We finally beat the team that knocked us out. Take a look at this playoff tree. It's Chicago coming out, Nashville, Calgary, and Vancouver, Carolina, Columbus, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh pulls off the upset, so we're going to play Pittsburgh in the second round. We want to talk about a team that's got playoff experience. This is a team. So this is going to be a tough test for us. So taking a look right here. So it's Eichel, Lee, and Reinhart leading the way with 6 points for each. Simmons, Skinner, and Kerfoot leading the way at 4, or tied for second with 4. Numerous players tied for 3, 2, and a lot for 1. And a couple players not with a point at all. Most of the only one being Larson, who's played the most. But right there, guys, we come out on top. Happy to say. Just looking here, I don't know, guys. Should we move lead to the first line and see if they could create some chemistry between Eichel and Reinhart? Skinner down with Pollenville and Kerfoot. I don't want to try to change too much, but you know what? We're going to try this one out. Just to see if we can get the top point getters going. So we got Scandella back, though, in the playoffs, which is good, but we're still without Montour. And we're going to put Simmons up with Pollenville. We're going to change that on. We're going to change a couple things, guys. I know this might be bad, but let's just see, because we got the point getters. Let's see if they can get something going. Take a look at Pittsburgh's lineup. Obviously, hope some's probably changed throughout the years. We're going to take a look at Pittsburgh, see what we're up against. So, Hornfist, Crosby, Kessel, that's normal. Gensel, Malkin, Bukestad. I don't need to compare the top 2 lines. We're not going to compare them. Jared McCann, Dominic Simon, Ryan Rust, and Sam Militic, Anthony Angelo, and Sam Lafferty. So their top 6 kicks our ass. We kick their bottom 6, though, as they have a 73, being one of them. But this should be an interesting series. They've got the high-powered offense, but let's see how well Hutton can play against this team and our defense. So Schultz, Letang, Gunnar, Gabranson, Mata, Jack Johnson, and Teddy Bluger. Scratch Zach Aston Reitz and Brian Dumoulin. I expect Dumoulin possibly to play. And Matt Murray and Casey DeSmith. So it's gonna be an interesting series, guys. We take a look at ours. I know we just looked, but so we have an okay for top six, but theirs is a bunch of 86, I think, plus. So they've got us beat there. But our bottom six, all 80 plus. They had the 73 in LaFerty. So let's see if we can, with our depth, find a way to beat them out. We take a look at our defense. We got two top line defensemen, so that's something that they only have one of. They only have Chris Letang, but we've got a Darlene and a Ristolainen. And then I think our defense evens out when we get Montour back. If we get him back this series, makes it different for the second line. I think we have a better second line with Montour, and they've got the better goalie in Hutton over Murray. So that's it for me, guys. That has been round number 1 of the 2020 Eastern Conference Playoffs. So we're taking up Pittsburgh in the second round. You guys let me know if there's anything we should do to change anything. Maybe move back those lines. I know I put them out there, but we'll see what those work. Any advice we should do? So Malkin and Kessel. So yeah, their top 6 is getting it done. So Malkin with 8, Kessel 7. Yeah, so expected. But let's see what we can do, guys. I think we can do some damage against this team. I want to get at least 2 wins out of this team. I think we can even get the series if we try hard enough. But that's it, guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment down below. Follow us on social media. And we'll be back for round number 2 against the Pittsburgh Penguins.